Hey everyone, JD here with another Grayman Urban Survival topic online, and today I want to talk to you about a bag that I found that I've been carrying around for about a month now, and it works amazing as an EDC sort of bag. It's very discreet, it has no MOLLE webbing on it, it's very non-military looking, so if you're looking for sort of a everyday Grayman type of bag, this is definitely one you should consider. It is the Rothco Everyday Carry Transport Pack. As you can see, there is no MOLLE on this thing, which to me is great because I don't like having a military look to me. So I found this bag. It's made by Rothco. It's called the Everyday Carry Transport Pack. It provides you just what you need and none of what you don't. They've cut down the weight in bulk, added a laser cut MOLLE panel to the main compartment, and cleaned up the outside of this pack for a discreet, low profile look with enough storage space for all of your gear. The size is roughly comparable to a Maxpedition Falcon 2, so it's sort of on the smallish side, but it does carry a lot for the size that it is, and I think one of the main reasons for that is they've really put as much thought into maximizing what you can carry in a small amount of package without having too many compartments. I think that's always been one of the main problems is when you have too many compartments, you try to stuff it full of stuff. Your small backpack becomes very heavy, and if you're just doing it for like an everyday sort of backpack, that can really load you down, and it's not a very good idea. So what they did with this pack, this works out very well. I have yet to be tired while carrying this pretty much every day for the past month or so. So let's get into the features. I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about this pack, what I think about it, and why you should possibly consider picking up one of these for yourself for your EDC bag. So the first thing you notice is it's black, and it only comes in black. They don't have any other colors of this as of yet. This recently came out this year, so this is a fairly new item. The lack of MOLLE pretty much anywhere on the outside of this thing, that helps a lot too. People will not associate you as being like a prepper or just having some sort of military backpack with a lot of gear. So that's a great thing in my opinion. It does have two very nicely padded shoulder straps. Since you aren't going to be able to put a lot of weight into this, these shoulder straps are perfect. They are pretty padded. They are very comfortable. It does come with a sternum strap. As you can see here, you will have to lower it from the position that you get it in. They actually had it like way up here on the webbing, and when I put the bag on, it was literally across my neck. So I had to drop it as low as I can, and now it sits perfectly mid-sternum. So you will have to do that when you get the pack. It does have some webbing here on each shoulder strap. It has some very nice plastic D-rings. They're pretty solid, so you really won't have to worry about those cracking and breaking on you. It has a very comfortable grab handle. Even in my weak hand, I can carry this for a good distance since it's not too heavy. Very comfortable, doesn't bite into the hand, anything like that. It does have two little sort of ringed flaps here. I'm not sure if you can see those, but I did manage to put a carabiner on one side to show you guys just kind of like what you can do. In case you want to attach something on here, you can. I'll probably put another carabiner on this side just to even it out. So it does have a water bladder pouch right here, directly against your back. It's closed with Velcro. It has two little Velcro loops for holding your water bladder hose. I have yet to put a water bladder in here. I'm not going to. I don't know how well it's going to sit anyways. But that is an option if you want to carry water with you in that particular style. So on the back you have two external pouches. You have a smaller one up top and a medium-sized one here. And the smaller one up top is hardened, so you can put glasses or any sort of, like your cell phone, electronics, whatnot, to protect them. I have an Anker Fusion 5000 in here, a couple of charging cords, and I keep a headlamp in here. This is the WowTac A2S, which uses a rechargeable 18650 battery, so I can charge it off of my Anker as well as my phone or whatnot. So that's what I have in there. Very simple, very small. I can put my glasses in there if I need to. So anything you want to keep protected, that would be a good place to put it right there. And moving down to the medium-sized pack, this is sort of the organizer pack. You can put things like pencils or pen, Sharpie. You can put like a little notebook in here, or maybe iPad mini, I'm not sure. but I have a pretty decent sized notebook, and I don't have an iPad mini, so I can't compare the sizes, but that fits in there perfectly. And I also have at the bottom a cat tourniquet inside a Tech-Lock holster, and then I have a little tin full of some medication here. And that's pretty much it. So I mean, I do have a couple slots here in case I want to put something else. I might put like a little knife in there or something just to have an extra blade on me. But so far that's it. So that's pretty much it. You know, very simple, very plain, doesn't draw much attention to the outside. So let's get into the main compartment. This is where all the fun happens. As you can see, the zippers go all the way down and underneath the bottom of the bag. So this is a full clamshell opening to give you lots of space to get in and out. And the bag just peels apart very, very easily. So as you can see on the inside, you have a nice laser cut MOLLE panel. This is where you can organize however you want by adding all of your different sort of MOLLE compatible attachments, bags and such like that. This is going to be the main organizer section of the bag to really make the bag yours and set it up the way you want it for your particular requirements. I have a few zip ties threaded through some of the MOLLE there, and it does have a zippered opening up top, so you can put papers and things like that up here in case you need to. I do have a MOLLE panel right here on the back. This is actually for my big med kit that I just got. This is actually everything from my Hidden Woodsman haversack stuffed in here, minus a couple items that just wouldn't fit in here, which you'll see in a second. But it just goes right in here, and it's basically a tearaway. So in case I need to help somebody, I can just tear it right out. This works for me. This might not work for you, but this is the way I have my bag set up at this particular moment. And on the inside, there is a netted section right here, and I just keep a shamog, that's all. Nothing special, but there's a netted section there, so in case you want to put like a t-shirt or something else, you have that option. But it opens up all the way, so you have plenty of access to everything. So the way I have this set up is, surprisingly, this big thing here just goes right on that tearaway MOLLE pouch. Then I put my SAM splint down at the bottom. Kind of hard to do one-handed, forgive me. Then I take my water bottle, put that on top of the SAM splint. Then I take this little CRKT box. This has an instant cold pack. I don't want that thing activating by accident, so I just put that right on top, right next to my water bottle, and then I just zip it all up. So it's really hard to zip this up one-handed. Give me one sec. But as you can see, my water bottle, SAM splint, the little CRKT and box, and my med kit all fit right in there, and I'm carrying a lot of gear inside that med kit. And for this thing to still look just like a regular, backpack, that's a great little feature. So let's get into some of the pros and cons. First pro is it's very discreet, as you can see. You can pretty much walk into any place, no one will give you funny looks. If you're really trying to, live that Grayman lifestyle and not draw attention to yourself, this bag fills pretty much all requirements you need for that sort of thing. Another pro is it's made out of 600 denier polyester material, so you can be pretty tough to this bag and it will take the abuse. I don't see this thing failing me anytime soon. All the stitching is very strong. There's no loose threads anywhere that I could find. All the stitching is very sound. And speaking of price, that is another pro in my opinion. On the Rothco website right now, the price is only 47 bucks. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of bag for that price, especially considering the features you get and the features you're missing. There's really no other bag kind of like this on the market. Another pro is the back is very comfortable. It is highly padded. You really get no fatigue. The shoulder straps very padded. When you have this thing cinched down tight, it doesn't really feel like you're carrying anything at all. Another pro is that it's on the smallish side, so you're not going to be overloading it with a lot of useless crap that you probably don't really need every day. Want to use it as a get-home bag, I think this would work perfect as long as you pack smart. If you want to forget like a big heavy tarp or something like that, and you want to go something like a 55-gallon drumliner and a space blanket, this would be perfect. Cut down on weight and bulk. If you want, you can also have this full of just like everyday kind of carry gear, sort of like I have. And then if you need to get to your car like during a disaster or something, like I live in Los Angeles, we're waiting for the big earthquake, I can take all the contents out of this and transfer them into a bigger bag that I might have like in the trunk of my car. And this will really allow versatility on what you carry and how. So finally, the last pro, in my opinion, is that clamshell opening, the ability to open this thing up all the way and see exactly what you have and where, and access it rapidly. That's very important, at least in my opinion. I have that huge medical kit in the bottom, and if I'm trying to yank that out of an opening that's like that big, what am I going to do? Somebody's life could be on the line, and with this opening all the way, I can just rip it out very easy. Get to my first aid kit there, and do what needs to be done. So moving on to the cons, the first con is that there is no waist belt on this thing. I know some people don't like waist belts. I personally like them because if you're wearing this with just a sternum strap and you drop something and you bend over to pick it up, your bag slides forward every single time unless you have a waist belt. Doesn't matter how tightly that sternum strap is cinched, this will hit you in the back of the head. So not having a waist belt is one of my biggest concerns with this. I did add my own waist belt here, as you can see. I bought this off of Amazon, and it works great when it's working. But the problem is when I have this thing, sort of loose on my shoulders, this weight belt slides up and down. I can't stop that, so I have to like stitch it to the shoulder strap webbing down at the bottom or something. I just haven't figured out how I want to do that yet. I can always punch a hole through everything and put a zip tie through there, but I really don't want to do it that way. Another con is, even though this back is super padded and super comfortable, when you have this thing cinched down, it doesn't breathe whatsoever. So if you wear this backpack for some time, your back will most likely be very sweaty, unless you're just a freak and you don't have back sweat, which is crazy. But I have noticed that after wearing it for a couple hours and I take it off, my back is kind of drenched. If it's not very tightly cinched down on the shoulders, you get a little bit more airflow, but just keep in mind that if you need to run or something and this thing's cinched down, you're going to have a wet back. So finally, the last con, in my opinion, is that there is no external water bottle carrier. I know that would interfere with the clamshell opening, but I do see enough space here on the side between the zipper and sort of the back area where you might be able to fit some sort of water bottle with some kind of attachment. I don't know. Maybe this would be the only place to put Molly. That could be an option, but not having an external water bottle carrier, that's kind of a pain. But you can always put the water bottle inside the way I do. So do you need to go out and get this particular pack by Rothco? You don't have to, but if you're looking for something with these features, or be as featureless as this, I should say, if you're in the market for something like this, this is a great pack to have. I'm very happy with it. I can take everything out of it at a moment's notice and put it into my Hidden Woodsman haversack if I need to, if I want to carry that particular day. But this is pretty nice too. So definitely check out the Rothco Everyday Carry Transport Pack. It's a lot of pack for not a lot of money. So if you're on a budget, this could be the pack for you. I like it because it is very discreet. I actually had a friend say that looks non-threatening, whatever that means. That's what she said. So there is always that. So Rothco items can sometimes be hit or miss. This one, they definitely did it with gusto.